Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of the production of Think Tanks Down. Today I want to talk about the recording of the guitars. We recorded the guitars in 3 sessions in our rehearsal room. We needed one session to record all the leads and solo parts, and each one session for the rhythm parts of Marc and Colin. I can show you the equipment we used. Here on the picture you can see the setup of Colin. He plays a Marshall amp, a Chase M2000 with a Marshall box, and to record this I used a SM57 microphone and a do-it-yourself kit of a Neumann U87. In order to find the sweet spot, I let Colin play a little bit, and I moved the microphone here along the calotte of the box. In the next picture you can see Marc's setup. He plays a diesel amp with a Mesa box and a Palmer box. For the Mesa box I used again a SM57 as well as on the Palmer box, and I also used the Neumann U87. So that's how we recorded it. In order to be able to reamp the signal or to use amp simulation, I split the guitar signal with a DI box. So one output of the DI box went right into the amp, and the other output went into the preamp of my audio interface. So that's the setup. Where it was possible, we doubled the guitar parts to get a fat guitar sound. So it was important to play both tracks perfectly to avoid phasing and muddy sounds. The first thing I did after the recording was to edit all the guitar tracks, crossfading and all the stuff you need to do to get a clean signal. Okay, now let's listen to the song. This is again Happy Dance Club. You can listen to the whole song here on YouTube. And again, if you have any questions about the recording, please leave them in the comment section below. So now let's listen to that.
Give me money, give me gas. I'd rather not this bills to shoot yes. Provide me heavy engine toys. See my exhausting fumes turn green to gray. Just lay back.
Okay, now so let's first listen to the guitar sound without all the rest. That's here. Okay. So these are only the guitars. I routed all the guitar tracks into group channels in order to get more control of all the guitar tracks and the guitars at all. So the rhythm parts go into Marc's, Colin's rhythm parts go into in one group channel. Marc's rhythm parts go into one group channel. The lead parts of Colin go into one group channel, and so on. And all the guitar group channels again go into the guitar group channel to be able to simply balance the levels of the drums, bass, vocals together with the guitars. So okay, maybe let's listen only to Colin's guitar. This is only one track. Let's run it into the center. Okay, now let's listen to the sound without any plugins. So this is the original signal from I recorded with the SM57. I tried to use all the microphones I used and the DI signal with the amp simulation. Tried to get a mix of them, but the best sound was achieved with only the SM57, which is a standard microphone for recording electrical guitars. Okay, now let's listen with all processing. So this is only one track, and if you add the second track, it gets fatter. Only one track, and that's 2 tracks. So one track without any processing, with processing, and 2 tracks with processing. So this is much better. Before I started mixing, and when I was finished with editing, I first panned all the guitar tracks. So the rhythm parts were panned half left and half right. So Colin was completely on the right, like that. And if we add, this is Marc's rhythm guitar. So let's listen to both rhythm guitars without any processing. So the sound's pretty muddy and boring. And with all the processing, this is a final guitar sound. It's much more heavier. Okay, let's see how I mixed the guitars. Maybe only with Colin's guitar. So with the first plugin, I removed all the interfering frequencies with narrow bands. And with the next plugin, this is again the SSL channel strip I like to use. I formed the sound of the guitar. This is the guitar sound without any EQ. Now all the frequencies, the interfering frequencies removed. This is the SSL channel strip, and I added some more EQs to get the guitar sound fit into the mix. I also use a little bit of dynamic EQing. I think this is in the range of where also the bass drum and the bass take place. So this is everything I did in all the rhythm parts. Maybe I did some more on Marc's guitar, but basically it was the same procedure. On the group channels, I added the Renaissance X by Waves, which is kind of a compressor made for guitars. Gets the signal compressed and louder. And I added a limiter in the end to cut out the peaks and to smoothen guitar signal. For the lead parts and solo parts, I added several effect channels with reverb and delay. I made several effect channels because I wanted to use different reverb and delay settings for different application. Like there are some solos which sound better with a longer delay time, with more delay feedback and such stuff. So I added these two effect channels, even three, two reverb channels and a delay channel. And sometimes I automated the bypass of the effect channels. That's an which is another really important thing to do, is to use a lot of automation. For example, I automated a lot of the levels of the guitars. For example, when I wanted to focus more on solo guitars, I put down the levels of the rhythm guitars by maybe 1 or 2 dBs. Or I automated the panning of the guitars, like when I have a rhythm part that starts alone, I started it in the center, and when the other instruments came in, I put them back on hard right. So now let's listen again to the final guitar sound. This is a part where Colin plays a solo. As you can see, I put back both rhythm guitars by a few degrees. So I think that was it. That was how we recorded the guitars. I hope you did enjoy this episode, and see you next time. Bye bye.